With information collected from around the world on how people are protecting themselves from the virus, a New York University professor says their study may be useful for predicting behavior in the face of health warnings.
What we wanted to do was get as many collaborators as we could around the world who are willing to collect representative samples. We wanted to see what predicts whether or not people are going to be engaging in social distancing, washing their hands, or also sharing high-quality information as opposed to conspiracy theories.
The findings could help decision makers in the struggle to protect people during a quarantine while still trying to keep economies from collapsing, says Professor Jay Van Bavel.
Our goal is to work as a complement to those medical health experts and give them the tools that they can use to communicate their messages more powerfully. We're not questioning or challenging them for 1 second. We're simply using what we can bring to the table to help them.
This digital open source approach is unusual, he said. Scientists worldwide have been invited to collaborate in a crowdsourced Google Doc. In the first 24 hours, more than 50 research teams volunteered.
What we're trying to do is use cooperation and get past some of the self-interest that normally dominate science, where everybody's fighting for credit and racing to get their study done first.
This research builds upon a study by Van Bavel and his collaborators that was accepted for publishing in the journal Nature. But rather than engaging only scientists from wealthy countries, the new study aims to reach a maximum number of collaborators, and well-funded contributors could help those who are less so.
We don't need to get 10,000 people in the US and meanwhile no people in other countries. What we want them to do is fund data collection in other countries around the world where we have people on the ground there who can do the translations and get the data.
The results of the research will be made public the same way it was collected.
We are going to publish the data openly in a journal so that people who weren't involved with our project can immediately use it and start analyzing it and sharing it with other folks in other fields or with members of their government or members of their public where it's relevant.
Out of the darkness of this pandemic, better academic approaches and solutions are likely to emerge to help future crises, he said. Bronwyn Benito and Kathleen Struck for VOA News.